at this big baby. He's huge and he's nosy. He's looking out the window right now. Every time he sees a car or a person, he's like, what are you doing? Anyway, so hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I have a little story time. I posted on my Instagram that if anybody was interested in kind of knowing the journey, you know, with me and nursing school, and it was a lot of people that voted yes, like a lot, and I was just really overwhelmed. I don't have a big following, obviously. I'll put my Instagram name right here just in case you're interested. All right, so I think in order for you guys to understand where I am now, it's important for me to tell you guys and take you guys through where everything started and give you guys a little bit of background story. So right after I got out of high school, I actually got a scholarship to play soccer, and I was not super excited about the college part, but I was just so happy to continue to play soccer. I did it all day, every day. Soccer was everything to me. So when I realized, hey, oh my god, I can keep playing soccer and I get free money to go to school, like it was just perfect. Now when I actually got to talk to my advisor and she asked me, okay, so we are gonna enroll you to classes, what do you want to do? Guys, I literally went blank. I was like, shit, what do I really want to do? And at the time, well, not at the time, I think business is a very general thing people go to school for. I think that's like the main thing. If you don't know what to do, go to business school. That was like the thing. So I was just like, business, I want to do business. So I started taking a bunch of business classes and it was awful. I hated it. It was so boring. I would literally fall asleep in my classes, or I would just not go. The thought of having to start a career that I genuinely didn't want to do was very discouraging. So I didn't have the best grades, and I don't know, I didn't really care for school. I just didn't really have a goal. And I think when you don't have a goal, you don't have a vision, it's really hard for you to feel interested or even care. So I didn't care. All I was in school for was to play soccer. Anyway, so after my high school or my college scholarship was done, I was like, okay, I'm done with school. If I'm not playing soccer, I am not going to school. And so I just quit college, and I already had a job. I was working at a clothing store, and I actually worked there for 6 years, I want to say. And I started as a sales associate, then manager assistant, and then when I finished, I was a manager there. And I really enjoy working there, but I knew I wanted more. I decided to go back to school in 2015, and I really wanted to do nursing. I always had it, well, not always, because when I got out of high school, I didn't know what to do. I just wanted to be successful with no plan and no goal. Exactly. You really need to find something that you love, and for me, I really enjoy helping people. I'm in love with needles. Okay, that sounded weird. I like things like that. Like, I like seeing, I'm gonna sound like a creep, but like dead bodies and like just blood and all that. But I was just like, I'm gonna start taking science classes, and I'll probably just apply to be like, I don't know, a technician, whatever. Like literally, I just wanted to be in a hospital or something to do with like the medical field. And so I just started taking science classes. I tried taking microbiology, and I remember walking in and like just being like, okay, yeah, this is not gonna work. Like I am legit dumb. Like I do not understand anything. And so I just quit school, and I was like, damn, like I'm just gonna be out here doing whatever, because I can't be a nurse. So then I stopped doing that. I continued working. I'm the type of person, when something gets in my head, it won't leave my head. Like it bothers me 24/7, and nursing was one of those things. I actually went to the school that I'm in now. I went to the nursing school that I am now, and I was in love with it. I was like, oh my god, this is everything that I want. Like, I love the environment, the labs were amazing, just everything. I loved everything about it. But when it came down to the financial situation, I couldn't afford it. Guys, like literally that was not an option for me, like at all. So then I went to a community college. I went to go talk to a advisor, and I was kind of excited because I was like, okay, it's a community college, like I can afford this, I'll make it work somehow. And so I went to talk to an advisor. I kind of get emotional talking about this because she literally looked at me and she said, are you sure you want to be a nurse? I was like, yeah, like I want to be a nurse. And she said, maybe you should think about a different career because your transcripts, I mean, you can't even like apply to the program. Like, I mean, you can apply, but I can tell you right now that you're not going to get accepted. And oh my god, sorry. And I remember like, Jesus, maybe it was a bad idea to make this video when I was getting my period because your girl is emotional today. Okay, I had to go take a break because I hate getting emotional in front of people. Girl, why are you crying? Anyway, so she told me I should consider a different profession. Maybe nursing was not for me because of my grades. And I remember going into my car and just crying my eyes out. Like I just cried and cried and cried because every time that I had attempt nursing, every door was just shut in my face. Like, nope, you're not smart enough, or you don't got money for this. And it was just like heartbreaking because it almost feels like my dreams of being a nurse, it's just not possible because of my situation, or because I don't know, like God didn't give me the brains. Let it go. I let it go again. But like I mentioned before, there's something in me that when I really want something, I go for it. Sometimes the fact that things are harder for me to get is just more motivation for me. At the time, I didn't like look into nursing school anymore. I let it go and I just continue life, and I continue working, continue just doing my thing, you know. And I thought about it every single day. I genuinely did. Eventually I became a resident, an American resident, and I was able to finally apply for FAFSA and for loans and for just all the opportunities every other American has. Remember the school that I talked about that I went and it was just too expensive for me? So I actually went to talk to them, and I talked to an advisor, and before I even showed her my transcripts, I told her, look, like this is the situation. I have really bad grades, or I had like really bad grades, but that's not who I am now. Like I genuinely want this. Like I want this. Anyways, I was like, I really want this. And so she looked at me and she was like, I can see the desire in your eyes. Like I can see that you really want this. And so we started the process. She told me I was gonna have to work really hard. She explained to me that in order for me to get accepted into nursing school, I did have to take a test. Everybody has to take this test. For our school, it was the HESI test. And she told me you're gonna have to study a lot. You're gonna have to pretty much ace every single test, because the HESI test, I believe, is 7 tests in total. And she also told me, and even then, even if you ace those exams, by the way, is like a 5-hour exam and it's very intense, and if you don't pass one of those 7 exams, you have to retake the whole thing, and I believe you can only take it twice a year. So it's a lot of pressure. She also said you're gonna have to write a letter to the committee and just explain to them, like, the person that I was right after high school is just not who I am now. Like those grades do not show who I want to be in the future. And so I started the process. I ordered different things to study for the HESI, and I can make a video also how to get prepared for nursing school, because obviously I did it and I got in. So I can make a video. Let me know if you guys are interested in that. So I studied my butt off and I took the exam. When I left the exam, I genuinely cried. I think I blacked out, and I don't remember taking the exam at all. Like, I feel like, what happened? It was such a long exam. The room was freezing, and you can't have sweaters or anything because you have to show that you don't have anything on you. It's just very intense and very professional. So I left the HESI, like, I was just crying. I called my dad. I called him and I was like, I feel it in my heart. And he was like, I just can't see that happening. You prepare for this. He was like, I know you did good. Just wait till the results happen. You know, I had to wait for the results to go up. That whole day, I kept refreshing for the results, and they finally posted, and I passed the exam. I remember just crying. Like, I was at home sad because, remember, this whole time I'm thinking I failed. Like, what am I gonna do with my life? Like, I either have to start stripping. I'm kidding. I emailed my advisor. She's like, I know, I saw, I'm so excited. Now we just have to wait for the committee. Like, they have to kind of just review your stuff. I almost felt like I didn't want to get excited, so I kept telling myself they're not gonna accept you. I don't know why I'm like that, but I always hope for the best but expect the worst. I think it's just like self mechanism that, you know, if they do say no, I'll be okay. After a few, I want to say a whole week of waiting for them to get back to me, I was at work and I get a call from my advisor, and I was freaking out. So I answer, and she's like, I know we've been emailing back and forth, and my heart just sank. I was like, yep, this is it. And then she was like, but I really had to call you for this. Congratulations, you got accepted to the nursing program. I could literally cry. Whew. I was so happy, so happy. I remember I went into the bathroom in my job, and I just like cry for like 2 seconds because I had to go back. At this time, I was already working at a hospital. I forgot to tell you guys this. I took a course a year before applying to nursing school, and I started working at a hospital, and I was in the bathroom literally crying for 2 seconds because I had like 100 patients to take care of. So I did my little happy dance. I called my dad, I called my mom, called my husband, and then texted my best friends, my sisters. I was like, I'm in. So after I got accepted into the nursing school, and the whole day of like being so excited and everything, letting everything sink in and being like, oh my God, I'm in nursing school, and then finally realizing, oh my God, I am in nursing school. This is gonna be so hard. The doubt of, am I gonna be able to do it, started. I was doubting myself even more now that I got accepted into nursing school, which is a little weird because I was already accepted. Like, I worked this hard. I got accepted, and I just doubted myself even more. I was like, okay, now I'm in. Like, I was able to do that, but what if I'm not able to do the rest? This is gonna be so embarrassing. When I first started nursing school, there was 2 classes that I was terrified of: pathology and microbiology. Remember, microbiology was the class that I actually tried taking, and that I literally walked out of the class because it was like they were speaking Chinese to me. And so I told myself, okay, I'm in nursing school, I have to take these classes because, you know, they're part of nursing. And I said, if I do not pass these 2 classes, I'm quitting. Like, I'm not gonna put myself through the whole process and then eventually fail. So I took microbiology. That was literally one of the first classes I took. Did great, by the way, and I was so excited. I was like, oh my God, I cannot believe it. And then I was like, this is me doubting myself again. I was like, maybe I just got lucky. Now, if I don't pass pathology, like, pathology is going to be the class that's really going to tell me, because as you know, pathology is the study of disease. So we literally went through 100 and plus diseases. The exams were very intense, and also the program that I go to is 8 weeks per class. So we literally had to memorize so much in only 8 weeks. This is the class that's really going to tell me. Well, I actually aced the class. Okay, so nursing school's grade scale is different. I got a 98 or 91 point something Technically in nursing school that's a B because you have to get 92 in order to get an A, and I got a 91 point something, but in my head I got an A, okay? And I was just like, I am not gonna make excuses for myself. I'm not gonna doubt myself. Honestly, nursing school is a roller coaster. There's days that I leave the class and I'm like, I am a bad, and there's times that I'm like, like, how am I ever gonna understand this? Like, literally on Monday I can feel like nursing school is not for me, and then on Friday I'm like, I am gonna be a doctor. It's just been a crazy experience. There is even times that I sit in class with my little uniform and I look around and I see a bunch of nurse students. I feel so emotional just thinking like, man, this has been a hell of a ride. I feel like I wanted to share my story because I'm sure there is many people out there that doubt themselves every single day. Maybe something that went wrong in their past, or maybe because someone told them that they couldn't do it or they weren't more smart enough. And I think I felt very motivated to make this video because I wanted to inspire someone. I really hope that you watching this video makes you want to start something towards your future. Start something today that will take you towards your goal, even if it's the smallest thing, doing research, writing it down, whatever it is. Just don't sit at home watching other people being successful. I think you're here to follow what your heart desires and do what you really love. I actually want to kind of make a series about nursing school and what's been like. I want to give you guys tips on how I study, how I really did go from a C student to an A student in nursing school. Like, what? Like, that's just crazy to me. I have a lot of ideas about this, and I know for me, when I was doing research for nursing, I really did go and search on YouTube for other people's stories, and so that was really helpful to me. So this is why I'm doing this, because I know it can help more than one person out there. So please leave me any comments, any thoughts. I would really appreciate it. So I hope you guys really enjoy this video. I'm sorry that I got emotional. That's just so weird, but I hope you enjoy this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.